Hello, my name is Shayne Carter. We're going to continue on the series of testing blades. That's what this YouTube channel was set up for, was testing blades. This is the blade that we showed in the video the other day on edge geometry. I'm going to go through and run through the test, cut a 2x4, chop some rope, shave some hair, chop a water bottle, and then destroy the blade by bending it at 90 degrees. And then maybe we'll even cut into a deer antler. So here we go. I like to make sure my 2x4s are anchored solid when I start to cut. I want to truly test the edge of that blade. So I want to chop in there, chop all the way through it like you would chop with an axe. A lot of people will stand the 2x4 up, take big long cuts out of it. I don't think that tests the blade as much as actually chopping right into the 2x4. Here we go. If we look at that edge, there's no edge damage whatsoever. I don't have much hair left on my arms, but you can see it's still cutting hair pretty good. This is just an added test I'm doing with this knife. I've never cut water bottles before. I've chopped one water bottle in my life. This edge geometry I think is pretty heavy for this. We'll just see if it'll cut this water bottle. All right, you're good.
Awesome.
Now up to the manila hemp rope. Manila hemp rope, this is after the 2x4 slice, chop, water bottle chop. Three cuts. Let's test this 1.5-inch rope. There we go. Now we'll bend it. Okay, we're required to bend this blade one-third, put it in a vise at 1/3. I still can't bring myself to put it in a vise against the metal jaws. I still have to have some wood on there to soften the bend just a little. I can't help myself. Here we go. I think the secret to the bend is go slow. This is 320 layers of 1084 and 15N20. I have a spotter. I think we're getting close to 90.
You're almost there. Keep going. Keep going, just about. A little bit more. Right there.
It was just past 90, I think, a little, and I heard tink. Well, I don't know what the tink was, but the blade did not break or crack.
Let's see the spine. Awesome.
I don't know if this is allowed, but I actually thought that blade had broke, so let's take it down, make sure we get to our 90. So the spotter.
Keep going.
My leverage bar is past 90. I don't know what the blade's doing.
You're there?
Over there?
Yep.
We go just a little bit past. Pretty decent spring back. No fracture. This is off the belt. 220 grit finishes. I guess in theory, if you had a deep 220 grit scratch on there, that would be a fracture place to start. Now we're going to go test this blade. One more test. Okay, we're going to test this blade. I see a lot of tests done on deer antler. On Fortune Fire, they test some deer antler. Deer antler is very hard. This is a yearling buck mule deer, and the horn is very dense. It's not pithy on the inside. A lot of people will chop into a horn like that and test the edge. And they hold up all day long if you test the edge like that. This edge was set up for cutting. But let's see what happens when we one chop it. I really think if we try to get after that and one chop it, we'll take another one. This antler here is just a little bit heavier. Okay, that's one chop. And you can see that edge just barely, just a slight bit of roll to it. I can feel it just a little bit with my finger right there. If you shoot in from this side there, you can see that edge, how it's kind of rolled over a little bit. A little bit draggy right through there. Why anybody would ever want to chop a deer antler, I don't know, but that's pretty hard and pretty dense. So when I forge test blades, I forge them 2 at a time. Do everything exactly the same. So as I'm getting ready to take my performance test, in theory this knife here should pass because everything was done exactly the same. And this knife performed well. If I test this one to destruction, I might put a little finer edge on. I might take the cutting edge down to 25 thousandths and test it and to see how well it will hold up in all the chopping tests. This one was 40 thousandths, 41 thousandths before we rolled the edge in. This blade, my plan is to take it down to 25 thousandths before we roll the edge in. You can see the Damascus layers after the heat treat starting to show up. There's 320 layers of 1084/15N20.